their decision just to postpone. You want to know what happening in the ministry to postpone. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today? Yes, what you got today? Beseku, beseku. Bada 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 bada. Dabado. Spoon TV, Spoon Entertainment. Kua, 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 kua. Bese kua, 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 kudileo. Kua, kua, kudileo. Todo Spoon, yes, information. Todo Spoon, yes,
is that no minister should expect that we are going to solve your problem on a day-to-day basis. You as ministers, you are ministers. You have to make the people know that you are a minister. You follow the procedure. If they are not behaving as they should, you warn them adequately. We only hear for last resort. If somebody's working with you and they are not cooperating, then we come to us, we'll take a decision. I tell you people, we are here to serve the Liberian people. Anybody who comes with a hidden agenda, you will be there. But when we fire you, we're not going back to the person who recommended you. It's not going to be so. It is about time that we know that we're serving the people of this country. It's about time that this is 177 years that the people are suffering and that we are here to serve them. I'm not afraid of anybody. God will protect us. So, you come to the cabinet, you come with your hidden agenda to do the same things that you think used to happen, with adequate information, just like the way we are going to come behind you. Once we can identify your problem and make sure we know that you will leave. And when you leave, I don't care who asks for you to come by your house. So let's make sure that deputy ministers who go with an intent to undermine their chiefs, they will leave. We want to make sure the minister will treat you fairly. Because the way I understand about administration, the minister supervises the deputies supervise the assistant, and they go down the line. Everybody is an advisor to the president. And everybody there, we're not going to be there to be babysitting, the person doesn't want to be. You have adequate information on them. You find it, you look at it, it was married at the CSI will leave. I don't care who comes. The Liberian thing, calling people to come there, we're not in for that. This is why I got this country where it is. When I work, I kept my lane. work for the president, advisor. If you're there with rivalry with a minister, you're making a mistake. This is serious. We had a retreat. The retreat was very good. The product of the retreat, and we had hoped that we owe no apology to anyone who considered our efforts at witch hunt, because only witches have been hunted. Making sure those people that we bring to care, we start by making sure those people that we bring to cabinet are people of integrity. And secondly, want to make sure that even beginning with myself, we'll declare our assets and want to make sure that this is well known, the purpose of coming to government, to know that it's public service. And if you are not ready to serve the public, you can go elsewhere. But we want to make sure that we start on a clear note that the people of our country stood on line, they protected the votes, not to bring a team again that will do the same thing that other people are doing or worse. So it's a clear message, declare your asset, make sure that we are prepared to audit the outgoing government so that they tell the Liberian people of their stewardship, and to make sure that we start on a footing where people know that they come to serve the public and not themselves. If they don't understand that, they actually fall where it may.
Mr. President, like you talked about asset declaration starting from yourself and the people who work with you, as well as the outgoing administration. How do you plan to avoid the semblance of targeting people? Because some people will say these are politically motivated to tarnish their reputation or to go against them, people from certain tribes or specific parts of the country. How do you plan to avoid this?
We are aware of that. And when we talk about auditing, it's not going to be a Liberian auditing. We want to make sure that our international partners work with us for a public tender, for competent and renowned auditing firm that will be qualified at an international level to make sure they come on board to do that. We are aware of people saying witch hunting, but I don't think it's witch hunting when you have to account for your stewardship, but it has to be done in a way that is well-established, entity with reputation, to make sure that it audits and make sure that it reports to the public the findings.
Sometimes people say that politicians make lofty promises when they are campaigning, but when it gets to governance, it becomes different. What will be different? Assuming allies of yours, family members of yours, or people who are close to you, family members, are accused of corruption during your administration, Mr. President-elect, how do you plan to tackle this specifically?
I'm not coming new to government.
Right.
Although in different positions, I ran a public corporation that was credible. And I can tell you that I come to work not with friendship. I have friends, but there is a clear line of demarcation between friendship, family, and managing. With the experience that we come with a country that celebrates 176 years, and with the life of our people living below the poverty line, I don't think we come into government again to start talking about family, to start talking about I think we come there to make sure that we give the Liberian people hope, and I'm committed to that.
During the campaigning, you talked a lot about the country's youth, who are the majority of the population.
Yes.
Mr. President-elect, we know majority of them are unemployed, which some people say is a danger to the country's stability and peace. What plans do you have for the people of Liberia, especially the youth, in terms of job creation, in terms of having faith in moving the country forward? What do you have for them?
We came with a mantra that talked about, first we have a platform, and then we have in a brief platform that talks about arrest, meaning agriculture, roads, the rule of law, education, sanitation, and tourism. We believe these are areas in which we can jumpstart. And in those areas, we believe that our young people who are in the majority, they need to be equipped. We need to open opportunities for them to be trained and be marketable. We also have to make sure that the quality of education that will prepare them for the job market. But to do these, we have to be able to impress our partners and investors, the private sector investment, to make them feel that we are here for business, and this business, their investment will impact the young people, but the young people need to be trained. And we know that there are things that we can jumpstart that could bring the relief to the public. Like I have said, there are in an outgoing government, there are a lot of areas in which we can begin to alleviate the suffering of the people. We're going to examine those areas, like where we know the prices of commodities, essential commodities may rise and things, where we know that there have been some tariffs that we can work with, right away, the petroleum products and some other.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in.
Okay, so I'd like to say welcome again. Thanks for joining us here tonight on another edition of the program. This is the Late Night Show, the Late Night Politics on Spoon. Many thanks to all of you for joining us here tonight. This is where we talk Liberia. We bring you the updates and provide you critical analysis on those issues unfolding across the country. I'm Nelson Colette. I want to welcome everyone joining us tonight across the internet on Facebook, Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV, on YouTube, Spoon Talk Live. Many thanks to our folks in other parts of the country that are joining us via radio, 101.1 Fabric, 107.5 Spoon FM, and the other frequencies across the country. Our partner radio stations that will always relay the program. Kindly share the show as you join us tonight. It's going to be a great conversation, a lot to talk about. And I want to welcome everyone. J. Alaska Peters, Henry Dayu, Biggest, Willpower, Williet B. Morris. I see all of you joining us here tonight. Jairus, Danny, yeah, thanks for joining us. Dauda Soiree, we appreciate everyone for being here tonight. Apoka Robert is joining us. Lovette Bondo, our own sister, thanks for being here tonight. Madam Maria Sando Yanatu, yes, I appreciate all of you. Hashim family, Hipko Kasi, Alice Ban. Thanks to everyone for joining us tonight. Eric Miguel, Eddie Kawa, yes, thanks for being here tonight. And let's hope we can have a great show. Let me go across and bring the team on now. I see our own co-moderator Moba Zoka is here. Moba, thanks for joining us tonight. It's great to have you on.
Well, thank you, Nelson, and thank you to our many listeners across the regions. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that so much.
Mr. Jalawu Sende, thanks for being here tonight. It's good to have you on.
It's good to be here, Nelson. Moba, how you doing?
Good, my brother.
That's good.
Let me bring our brother Francis, Mr. Jabati. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, good morning, good evening. How you guys doing?
Yes,
Good,
sir.
Very well.
And let me bring Josh Wader on. Mr. Wader, thanks for joining us on the show tonight.
Thanks, gentlemen, for having me on. It's a wonderful day. Let's have fun.
Okay, I want us to go straight into the show now. You can do your opening. Take 1 minute, 30 seconds, beginning with you, Moba, and let's start the show.
Well, thank you, Nelson, and thank you to our many listeners, and thank you to my fellow panelists. Look, Nelson, today we saw what we call the rule of law in our country. If I can remember, when Spoon was shut down, Spoon went to the court with a bomb. The judge refused Spoon bomb more than 3 different times. It's on record. But today, the people who stole from the Liberian people, the people who make some of our brother and sister could not afford anything. When they were in prison, they went for through the bond system. The court accepted because just like Imam Baga said, we should respect the rule of law. And we see other people come in and say what they want to say, but we saw what happened today. The court, they went the way the rule of law is supposed to work. Because for every nation without the rule of law, there is no law. There's lawlessness. And every country where there's lawlessness, what happened? Things begin to happen negatively in the country and impact and affect the citizens. But today, we can see people walking out through bomb. But yesterday, Spoon was denied bomb. But people will come here and talk about witch hunt. What you call witch hunt? Your government or one of the government that witch hunted people today, until some people left that country, they went outside, they can never come back. So when we're discussing the issue, I'll go to the issue, but when we go further, I will go to Mr. Hassan, the Senator Musa Hassan Pete statement that he wrote. Thank you, Nelson.
Thanks a lot for your input tonight. Mr. Jalawu Sende, let's hear your
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for having us here, Nelson. In 2023, Rwanda made $620 million from tourism. In the same year, 2023, Ghana, not too far from us, made 3.3 billion with the B. 3.3 billion, or 3.8 billion, sorry, 3.8 billion from tourism, just people that go there to travel there and see places. Sierra Leone, very close to us, our neighbor, who have gone through the same problem that we have been through, got 330 million from tourism.
A year, after a year, you discussed
2023.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
2023. All these figures are coming from 2023. Sierra Leone made 330 million. Wow. Rwanda, 620 million. Ghana, 3.8 billion. What are they doing different that we have not captured? Sierra Leone don't have much to show than Liberia have. We can argue that Ghana may have more. It's a bigger country. But Rwanda don't have anything to show compared to what Liberia could be showing. We need to work on how we promote Liberia. So here is my recommendation to the government again. Make Liberia a visa upon arrival country. Let us have visa upon arrival. That is not for me, it is not for Princess, it is not for Mother, it is for our neighbors. My neighbor, who is a white man, for instance, could go to Liberia, don't have to struggle to apply for visa. He could just arrive at Robert International Airport and be given visa. Once you have visa upon arrival, people are more attracted to your country. It makes the process easier. Once we open Liberia up for business, Mr. President, we allow visa upon arrival. The people in Grand Cape Mount County will have jobs. We have the lake people right there. The Atlantic Ocean is right there. Our country is naturally beautiful. People want to go to Liberia. Make it visa upon arrival.
Thank you.
People will be attracted to Liberia. The money that you are taking for visa now, you could even double, triple it. When people are flying to your country frequently, and when they get there, they spend their money right there. We want a better Liberia. We want to improve the tourism sector. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandy, for coming in tonight from the touristic angle. Sandy is a tourist tonight. Yeah,
that's the man of the travel.
Nelson, you go to other people's places and you see what people going there for, and you go to your own and you see what you have. They put tears to your eyes.
We're fixing that.
Francis, we're about to do your opening.
I enjoy Francis tonight.
What? Is it the airport you enjoying or what?
They might do a ski cut.
They already married. I wanted to say something because
the face he's making when you carry football on the field and they say you're not playing.
He bet you no way.
So he carry football on the field and say you're not playing. And say you're not playing.
You gonna step down
Let me tell you one thing. I don't feel man go to LFA. Before I left Liberia, Genesis, Central Marvel, third division, Central Marvel champion. That year I left Liberia. So go to LFA, third division champion, Genesis. Got me.
George.
So don't even bring I'm not on football. People that bring about me to play.
They George guy our high me when you was
But they not grow up Prophet Key. What you expect, my man? They met Prophet Key.
I don't think the next classmate are Prophet Key. What you expect?
So what you expect?
Yeah, man. I was just about to say something. What was that? Okay, yeah. So Cindy is talking about tourism tonight. It reminds me of Cindy came to Liberia. We went somewhere. Yeah, I will not call the place that I need to get in free publicity, but Cindy sat, he just sitting up, looking at the ocean. Cindy said, this country.
It's beautiful.
You know? But you know, that's it. And we have a great potential for all of these things. Tourism is something that when given the necessary attention will boost the economy of our country. But Francis, please do your opening.
Yeah, I guess because what I was going to say coincide with what these guys are saying. But just to talk about, you talk about Sandy going to the beach. When I was in 2022, my wife, I took her there. She's Jamaican American, her folks in Jamaica, and we all know in the USA or the West, most of the black folks or folks want to go to Jamaica for our beautiful beaches. But when I took her to Liberia and she saw our beach, she was impressed. We're on the beach, beautiful, clean water and stuff like that. You know, you got people now, you barely hear most African Americans talking about going to Jamaica anymore. When you hear them talk about, I'm going to Kenya, I'm going to Ghana, I'm going to Nigeria. These are the countries folks are going to now in Africa. At least now they are coming to West Africa because of Ghana, Nigeria. Just recently, in the last few months, Alvin Kamara running back in the NFL. He took some of his friends to Liberia. But before any of these things happen, my people, this is all brilliant ideas. But the country can be dark, it happened. Monrovia can be I think the third smallest county. Monrovia can be the third smallest county, but the most populated county. It will not happen. The country need to be decentralized. The country need to be open. So we need good roads, we need water, electricity, and security. Because more people, when they go to these countries, especially here about Africa, the people in the West, they're not that educated to what Africa is. They think it's safari. But the ones that have been to Africa, they only want to go to Ghana and Nigeria because they hear about Liberia. They only know about the Civil War. So imagine coming to Liberia. Even myself there in January, I'm like, dang, the place so crowded. It took me an hour to leave from St. Gizito to cross Niso Junction. From St. Gizito to cross that Jamaican highway. I was lucky at Niso Junction to just cross over it. It took me an hour. Stop right there. So who you think I want to go there again in January? I tried not to be December though, but we'll stay there. Call out the December. The next time I come out, will probably be in rain season. So that the road can be free a little bit. So our country need electricity and need roads. People should be able to leave and go and party in Ganta and come back. People should be able to go and party in Lofa and come back. Even stay there because there are hotels there and you can have a good time. That's the only way tourism will boost in our country. Liberia is a very beautiful country. Our rainforest, our natural habitat is beautiful. But because of the lack of infrastructure, we can sit here and talk all day about it. People will not go there. Security, no electricity, no road. I mean, people can take their own water with them or do reservoir. But these things are important. And once we get there, forget Liberia will be the envy of West Africa.
Of course.
Thanks a lot, Josh, for your opening. 1 minute 30 seconds. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Nelson, and thank you to my my fellow panelists. Gentlemen, look, I just want to touch a few things. I know you guys got a point. Mr. Jalayu and Francis, I think those are brilliant ideas. These are things that we have to take out of politics.
Yeah.
And just fight for Liberia, and make Liberia a better place. Because, look, I've gone to Bali more than 20 times. And you go there, I don't even get in the water because the water is so dirty. The fish are even dying coming on shore. But people are trooping there to have fun, to enjoy themselves because, the people place is attracting people because you can move from one place to the other, easily, at least easily. And in other things, so we need to decongest Monrovia. And if that happens, it will be a better thing. But I want to move to my brother Mulba, what he said, that justice is being restored in Liberia. I just want to, in my own little context, if you see that for someone to apply for bail and be denied so many times that it will go to the Supreme Court, for the Supreme Court to force the honor court to accept the bail, that is not justice, my brother. That is not justice. It did not happen. No other country it happens in except Liberia, that you be denied bond as criminal bond. That should be the easiest thing in the criminal justice system. That you cannot get it. You have to go to the Supreme Court and go ask them, say, you can't see the people, what they're doing to us, before the people can force the lower court to agree to accept your bond. That is not a good justice system. That's not what we want in Liberia. But look, you guys will come on here and spew all these things out to make people feel that it's better now. It is not. And I just listened to what President Bouaka said, even before he became the president, when he said to make his fight for Liberia, for corruption free in Liberia, he was going to organize an international credible auditing agency to come and audit, just to make it to have the feel of being impartial. He did not do that. He's still using the same thing he said. So President Bouaka is making up things as he goes along. And this, for me, is not fair to the Liberian people. And it's not even fair to the people that he went on, that international wire to say these things to. It's unfair to us. It's unfair to Liberia. And this is not a Liberia that we fought for. This is not a Liberia that we won. This is not a Liberia we want to return to when we come home. So it's very disingenuous, for my brother Mova to come here and start to praise what is happening back home when people are having to be denied bond and appeal to Supreme Court before it becomes accepted. So look, I just want to stop that far because there's so much more, to come out of this session
Thank you.
today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Remo, welcome.
Thank you.
Let's hear from you, Ture.
All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching, to our panelists, to our viewers. Hey man, look, let's get right into it. So do you guys know that Liberia is actually participating in this year Olympic in Paris?
Yeah.
I mean, it is astonishing to know that people know, but the euphoria is not there. I only see one person on social media that actually running with this story, and that says Glendy. Oh, not a coincidence. Her son actually is part of the team. Man, we need to do better. As a country, this is a huge thing. Do you know how many countries are not participating in this year Olympic? It's not because they you know what I mean? They want to be there, but it's like a competition. Like you have to qualify to be there. So if our country, like bro, everything that we have going on can be there to participate in this Olympic, that should be a movement that we all should celebrate and should be talking about it even more. And this platform that we're on, Spoon have not done enough to actually talk about the Olympic. I don't think they have actually. So we all need to do our part in promoting that. And secondly, let me tell you this. I heard Sandy talking about Ghana, Sierra Leone, Rwanda, and all those places. Well, I got news for you, Sandy. These people, they are different. They are moving different. We saw Sierra Leone President Madabio when he took over. What did he do?
He persecuted.
He persecuted these properties. I'm talking about stolen properties, right? So these are things that when you do these things, it sends a wave to the international community that the government need business. That the government is actually going to come and do the job of the people. And when you do that, guess what? Good things call attraction. People will flood in because rule of law is being respected. People are not just doing things just because they feel like it, right? And when you do that, that is just a natural phenomenon that are going to take over, where people will just find our country to be attractive, you know what I mean, or attractive, and then they will go there. With all of those countries, Sierra Leone, Ghana, and stuff like, I feel like Liberia has some of the best natural attractions. You know, whether you go to Lofa Kante, we obviously know about the you know, central, you know, lower Majibi. I mean, you go to you know, you go to how do you call that place? You know, Picana waiting there. You know what I mean? Bon Kante, Man Kante, obviously, you got so many tractions. I mean, Nimba, obviously. I mean, look, there are so many areas that we can sell to tourists that will bring in millions of dollars. That's why countries that don't really have that much, they try to do much with their natural resources. And I think we can do that. Liberia is not big, and Liberia has not been exploited. There are so many areas that people are not even full step into. So these are huge potential for tourists. So I mean, we have a real good thing in our country, and I just feel like the leadership right now, what I'm seeing from the old man, obviously, he's trying to strengthen the rule of law and respect for rule of law. And the IG is doing his part too, man. Like, bro, in 2-3 years from now, I'm telling you, man, we're gonna be on a total different rate. And I can't wait to see where those 2 years gonna be. But right now, obviously, we know what is going on. A lot of tension, opposition, you know, trying to, you know, do what they think they're doing. But I like the Pape approach to it. He's not talking too much, but he's doing exactly what he intends to do. Thank you, Nancy.
Redmark?
So I want to greet everyone on the show and all our audience too. There's a lot happening in our country, and following the news, you come to realize, number one, on the discussion is witch hunt. And I listened to almost all of the speakers here tonight, especially my brother Ture. Yes, there's so much we can do. But the reasons why we haven't gotten where we should be is because of massive corruption. Those who've been given the authority to steer the affairs of the state choose to get rich overnight. In the case of the CDC, George Weah and his cronies, right? Right now is the rule of law. And I want to thank the president. I listened to his remark today at the cabinet retreat. And he spoke so well. These are the kind of posture we expect of our leaders. That he's even calling his lieutenants to check. That we are here to govern, to serve our people. And this is what we always say. Leadership is about service. It's about delivering the goods to the ordinary people. Until you can do that, you haven't served. And I saw t-shirts today going around Monrovia, and I saw a few friends wearing it, claiming to be witch hunter. If you're not a witch, nobody's going to hunt you. We're here to hunt the witch. And the witch are the evil people in society, those who've corrupted our national wealth, those who've been given authority, they have abused it. And this is in the process of the court. The former president said this government is weaponizing the justice system. But almost everybody that's there, except for one Supreme Court member that this president appointed. Mr. President, you appointed almost all these people. The people who done the audit, the LDCC, everybody, you appointed them. The GSC people. Make this make sense. Except that you know you're guilty of something and you know that they're going to catch you, so you want to cry wolf all you want. But I know the story of the little boy who cried wolf. He cried so much until everybody realized he was a joker. And when the wolf came, nobody could come to his attention. And that's what we're hearing around. And I wish I had one of the t-shirts, Wish Hunters. The wish need to pay for their evil deeds. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Vasco?
So I'll make you one, Raymond.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. I think the guy said everything. So, I mean, the opening usually take most of our time. So for me, I'll just look forward
Thank
for a
you.
great show. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Vasco. Thanks a lot.
Vasco, talk about it, the dark LRA, my man. The airport is dark. No power.
No, the airport is
Yeah,
not
the
dark.
one Nelson, no, that's what I'm bringing up. Nelson's a
No,
renowned
the airport
journalist,
is
you know
not
it.
dark. There's a
It is
video that
dark. There are
Nelson,
there are
the whole
pictures
airport.
here.
that's
Fake
a
news.
video from the airport.
What's that
Yes.
video taking?
No, Nelson, it completely dark.
Yeah, because
Immediately.
you want to show up to myself, I get video of that play.
Yeah,
Clear.
I said don't
Okay,
lie.
let me show
That
you
video
the
came
video.
up.
I mean, you
Yeah,
gotta
I
send
said
me
don't
the
lie. That video came up.
you gotta send me the video now.
You love it, Josh, my man. You want me New Year power too last, my man.
In fact,
Yeah,
let me
last
say
time-
this.
No, I
Let me
enjoyed
say
it.
this.
Fact check. I said
We
today.
almost
Every lie
crashed
came up
all
with
that.
the debunk it. Every
Guys,
lie
guys,
came with
let
the
me say
debunk it in real time.
Immediately when that information was being released here, we already had someone at the airport. The person recorded that video and sent it.
Better we ain't send it yet.
The airport is not dark.
We're following the show.
Light on the airport because ADD is the light. And
I mean, it
I
really,
noticed-
really dark. I mean, one letter
I
there.
would
It's
like
dark.
That's what it is. If I was
How
following
long
each
have
other
we
on
been
line,
trying
would
to
catch
get
up
that
I look
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
it's
thing
for the
right there.
show.
I said the whole thing
okay,
completely
so
dark.
guys, we have to move on now. I want to say thanks to everyone for doing their opening. Yeah, like most of you said. No, guys, please, those kinds of music have copyrights. So we don't want a situation where the whole show, the entire show, maybe after we've concluded the show, thinking that you can go back and watch it, then Facebook take it down because of copyright issue. No, please.
See how like Jake TK Harmon's comment. He said he I don't do that at the airport right now. Miss
Okay. He's following the show from the airport, right? So let me say this. I want to play a video here. Well, the president had a cabinet a cabinet engagement today, and it was a good one. He said some things. We're going to talk about that. We'll make analysis around some of the things he said. This is coming up just hours after the LACC came up with a whole report about how some members of his cabinet, a very good number, as a matter of fact, have failed to declare their asset, something which others have classified as a level of disrespect or disregard for the rule of law. But I want us to listen to this. Is what's his name? Dr. Lester Tenney, a prophet?
Look, if opposition win in this country, it's going to be dangerous for certain key figures in the CDC. People will go to jail. People will go to jail on perception. People will go to jail on reality. People will be persecuted because the new government is not going to solve the economic or social problem in the country. They will shift the attention of their inability to deliver and start to persecute. Whether people did crimes against the state or not, people will just be embarrassed. And that is why when we call and send out a signal that, look, we need to put our heads together. We cannot win 2023 if we are divided. And let people be having the illusion that, oh, they can still get one or two people. We lost Lofa County because of our stupidity. Put yourself together. Don't put yourself together. Be thinking that you can have an easy ride. Now you're the one who go to jail when these people take power from you. Y'all will not play. Y'all won't play fun with yourself. You're the one who will be persecuted, not me. I didn't steal against the state. There's no perception of stealing against me. You're the one that people who they saying you're rogue. Y'all be playing fun with yourself. Y'all shouldn't come together, let operate like a party. Let's trash all our differences and see how we can strategize. Y'all continue. They get plenty orange uniform. Oh, West.
You know, this is someone who was a voice in the CDC. Someone who I'm trying to find a better way to put it, you know. But this is Dr. Lester Tenney for you. A stalwart of the CDC. And Ture, thanks for sharing this video. This was far before the 2023 elections.
Just so I send it to you.
Dr. Lester Tenney is trying to preach the message of unity and the need for citizens to come together and do the right thing to win the election. But at the same time, he was warning his men. He did not call names. Maybe he was former finance minister. He was sending that warning to, or maybe he was sending it to the CBL governor who just got suspended. But he was sending this warning that they get plenty of orange jumpsuit. When the people take power, you will go to jail. But then the question is, at that time, that was far before now. If the people in power, and this is someone who is in the inner cycle. This is someone who is within, not the folks out there in the marketplace, down the road, just walking and talking something that they not know. But somebody from within is telling one of them that because of everything that has happened over the past 6 years, if you're not fair to win the election, when the people take power, you'll go to jail. Guys, was there something you were seeing inside that no other Liberian was seeing at the time? Or was he just saying this to bring the people together because they wanted they wanted to win the election? Dr. Lester Tenney, far before the election, made those comments.
Nelson, can you play George Solo, please?
Is it coming across? Is it coming across? No, I don't see anything yet.
I send it to you. Check your WhatsApp. I send it to your WhatsApp.
So my WhatsApp is malfunctioning, so you can send it to me on Messenger. Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, a little over 1 year after, the very things he said have become the reality. Former officials of government have been dragged. And it's a good thing that some of them were able to get their bond today. But I want us to start the conversation from here. Why do you think Dr. Lester Tenney spoke the way he spoke? Should it just be about election? Or was it just about election? Did in everything he said, did you at any point in time figure out that he had the interest of Liberia, in mind when he spoke? Or was it just about saving those colleagues of his from what was ahead? I mean, let's start the conversation with one of our CDC brothers here. I think we can start with Josh. Let's start with Josh, and then we're going to go around the table.
Thank you, Nelson. And look, Dr. Tenney, just reading one of the posts here, he's talking about President Weah, why will educated people allow themselves to be used by President Weah to steal for him?
Mhm.
And this is a post he just made. And I was just reading it now as you spoke. Look, I see Dr. Tenney as being frustrated. I think Dr. Tenney wanted to be the head at NACO. NACO, whatever it is.
Is it NASCO or NACO?
NASCO.
Because NACO is a
NACO.
national. NACO, okay, is a social security.
NACO, I don't know, NACO, the one that has to do with the oil company of Liberia.
No, that's NOCAL.
NOCAL, okay, good. NOCAL, he wanted to be the head at NOCAL, but unfortunately, someone else was chosen over him. He worked there, and he acted like Fadiga. He was fighting with his boss. The boss was a lady. I think we all know her. Safua Megre was the boss there, and this guy fought with a woman head to toe because he felt like he was educated than her. He was everything more than her. He wanted to be the boss. He fought until they took him from there. President, we are talking from there and talking to the LU. He did not like that, so he's going to be all over the place saying all sort of things. I don't think
No,
this is the president.
again, Josh, I want you to know that he said those things, and the reason why we play this video is because it has a link with what's happening now. The reason why we video because this video sounds, Dr. Tenney sounds more like a prophet in that particular video we play, giving
But
everything.
Nelson,
Now
you did not hear one of the things he said. He said they will use their ability not to be able to deliver for the Liberian people to use that time to prosecute. You see it? That means mostly what he's saying is that they will make news out of you guys because they are having this perception that you are corrupt. They are calling you corrupt. So they will use that perception.
Did he say
to take you
out
to
of the
court.
frustration you just spoke of? Because you just said he was frustrated. That's why he was saying all of those things he said.
Yes, he was frustrated because at the time he spoke, he had already been taken from NOCAL and taken to LU, to work at LU. He did not like that because he wanted to be the head there. So guess what? We all know that that's politics. That's what happened. Even recently, we saw the youth wing of the UP telling that there was a lot of corruption in this UP government and that they were boycotting the July 26 celebration. You see, people get disgruntled when they don't get what they want. It's our norm in Liberia. People do that all the time. So Dr. Tenney is non exception. He said those words out of frustration, and I'm sure if he's giving something better, if he had been giving something better, he wouldn't have said anything. But because he was deputy to somebody, not even deputy, but very far in NOCAL, he's frustrated. That's why he's saying everything he's saying. So it's a no-brainer.
And this is very important. I want to come to you, Cindy. You listen to Dr. Tenney. I mean, your take on everything he said.
Dr. Lester Tenney had a prediction. And what I want to also believe is that he had an inside information. His prediction was that if the opposition should win, expect that you will be audited. And he stated 2 reasons for potential audit. Well, 3 reasons. The first reason, which is very key to me, is that according to him, when the opposition win, instead of working for the Liberian people, instead of doing the right thing, they will be incapable to do the right things or work for the Liberian people. And to hide that, they will come after you and audit you. So he's predicting that when the opposition win, which is the case now, that they won't serve the Liberian people rightfully. And they will use that Instead of working, they will close that up by bringing in audit. And when he talks about audit, he talks about two issues. He said the people are assuming that you are corrupt.
Yeah.
So they will come after you. But to exclude himself, he said, well, if you don't want to come together for us to win, these people are your business. They will not come after me because nobody out there accusing me of corruption. Are you there accusing? What I want to believe is that he's using perception. He's using perception in both cases. Whether this current administration will not perform well, that's his perception. Whether the people out there are
Cindy, could that be the political component of the comment made by the doctor? On one end, he says the people he's working with, the people who were steering the affairs of the country, there was this public perception about them being corrupt. And then he started to predict that they will go to jail. When Unity Party wins the election, they will go to jail. And then he comes back to say, y'all can't put together to win the election because if we don't succeed, they will not be able to do anything. Because another thing I wanted to capture here is because he made this statement during campaign period. It may not have been 2023, but this was when the tension, the interest about campaign and everything was building up gradually. This is the point at which he made this comment. Could that be the political component of the statement made? That the people, they can deliver, like people would usually say during campaign period.
Nelson, the entire statement is political. The entire statement is political. There are two factors playing here. This guy is saying his main focus at that time was to, quote unquote, bring his people together so they can defeat the opposition. That was the main message. Let us come together so we can defeat these people. Then he outlined two things in case they defeat us. There are two things he outlined. They will not perform well, which is his perception, and then they will come after you because there is a notion out there that you are corrupt. So the key message is he was trying to bring them together. This is a political message. Where I have a problem with him is his prediction based on his perception that this government will not perform well. But again, you can't have so much problem with an opposition who wanted to win. That was his campaign message. He wanted to win. So he would tell his people that these people will not do the right thing when they win. Instead, they will come after you. So that's what I got from the message. The people that are saying they disagree with me over there, I don't know why you disagree with. I'm just interpreting the main message.
Thank you. Leave the comment section.
You
gotta let
it disagree. They can't tell me why they disagree with you.
Let's hear from Mobile, then we're gonna bring friends.
They supposed to say a Joey girlfriend.
Go ahead.
Man. Yeah, Nelson. I was looking for John or Solo to send his own recording to you. George Solo to send George Solo recording, but the phone by using I charge my computer I send it to
man, you get evidence right now. Yeah, go ahead.
So, no, but I come in.
No evidence.
Evidence there, man. The thing, see, we play the thing, you were clear, more than 50,000 people watch it already. But Nelson, people from the CDC, people who work hard for the CDC, they were in the CDC, they know the components, they know all the holes of the CDC. But what happened today? They left because someone wanted money. They left because CDC media with job. George Soros said it clearly. He said during that time, Eddie Joseph Selly and George Weah had a deal. He said it on that post. He said the deal was George Weah would give 30% of NOCA to him. Or Eddie would give 30% of NOCA to George Weah. so that he can number one, when they lost our 2005 election, and when they came back 2011, it never worked, because when they make that deal, make George Solo vest. I had George Solo and George, we are split there. He was the chairman. He said a lot of things. He told them, he said, if Unity Party having to win the 2023 election, he said, I see a lot of people going to jail, even down to Georgia. And he said it in our poll. So, Nelson, half of the seditions like coming out saying these things, they said it before. We just trying to play what it said. It just something that we recording, that we play our recording, so we can understand what they said before, and all the things they said, that's what coming to pass. So there's nothing easier. People will say the people want George. George don't want George don't want George. George don't making money. Yes, more than majority of the ministers.
Moba, it's important that you bring that in as well. Is it someone called Moba and he's off? So let's move to Francis. No time to waste. Francis, welcome to the show. Go ahead. Let's say your take on this issue. Now, Francis, is there any reason why you think folks who were trailblazers in the opposition at the time were making all these predictions far before election, far before the Unity Party got elected? Is there any reason why you think the likes of George Solo, the likes of Dr. Lester Tennant, and all of those individuals were predicting what the Unity Party would have done to their officials at the time? The whole thing about putting them to jail, auditing them, and making sure that they pay for what they did.
Not even much to say about this, but I think it was pretty much any sound government, any rational administration will audit. So they dropped the ball with Madam Zarif administration. They gave her 80% because they thought they were coming in to do that Gorbachev thing. But he saw what was going on. And I mean, he was just speaking the obvious. He was just letting them know what's going to happen if we don't win this election, because they know that, and they were all running around like, bro, right? Talking about President Barker, how did Papi, he did, he died. He had a list of 11 things about ending, blah blah blah. They said Papi can keep Grush, so they knew who was coming. They knew that when President Barker win the election, he will order them. So it was not some prophetic thing that he just went to bed and God spoke to him and put it on his heart and said all that stuff. No, they knew who was coming and what was going to happen. So he was just telling them, guys, you better pray for another term, so that way we can probably wash everything away in the second term and be done with it. But of course, it's just obvious. That's all I got to say about this.
Thank you. Go ahead, Vasco. Then we take Raymond, and then to Ray. Emmy, welcome to the show.
Yes. Look, on this issue, after listening to Dr. Lester Tennant, I took certain key points from that discussion.
Okay.
And that point is the reality. The other one talking about what CDC got to come together. We were together. And because he had an issue with CDC, so it doesn't mean that we were not together. We were together. We had a collaboration. So we were together. But we know the outcome of the election. We know what happened. But
what happened?
Thing that I want you to understand
what happened? What happened, Vasco? No, don't leave that hanging. What happened when you say you know the outcome of the election and you know what happened?
We know what happened in my country. We know what happened in my country.
Massively and massively by the Liberian people.
You don't say massively. You don't use the word massive. They put one election less than 1% vote.
Okay.
So that's why you see the country looking the way it is. So the key point in our whole thing and the reality from that conversation is the part he said, these people won't be able to govern this country. So they will use in their own perception that all ministers and whosoever are working in citizen government, they are corrupt. So they will forget about the problem, the bread and butter issue of the country, and focus on you guys. And that is the reality. Today, we're supposed to be on this show discussing what is happening to our country. Our country now is like sitting on a time bomb, and we're joking with it. The people are suffering. The basic commodity prices going up. These are the concerns. These are the things that we want to be talking about. How can this government help those people that was walking all in the water and voted for them? We see when they send a group of people on 19th Street every evening enjoying themselves, while the man says they're suffering. Then today we come and talk about Lester Tendi. Look, listen. Liberia right now. And look, I got friends, I got people within the Unity Party. They are not happy. You saw the Youth League the few times.
And they were
They said they're going
disenchanted
to boycott.
as well. You know, but Vasco, let's do this. Let's do this. I know you. We're gonna give your remaining 30 seconds to conclude, so we bring Raymond and Toure in. But Vasco, the truth remains that every government will be faced with the issue of disenchanted partisans and people who will feel that they're not being given what they deserve. We saw that even at the top level there with Senator Prince Johnson when he raised his own concerns with respect to the agreements and all of that with the CDC that wasn't happening. Yes, and it's happening with the Unity Party. But again, Vasco, is there any reason why even you as a seditian, is there any reason why some of the people who were within, the people who knew everything that was happening in, were only coming outside to talk about how the Unity Party will prosecute our people, will take our people to court, and all of those kinds of things? Why were they're not talking about the legacy, the very good things that they've done that the Unity Party is going to build upon?
Look, Nelson, the Unity Party and the leader of the Unity Party, who is the president right now, he had no vision. I will tell you people on this show, since the Unity Party came into power, what can you show us? Everything that the people have done is fraudulent. What can you show us? But that's everything fraudulent. What thing? The yellow machine, it all went walking on. You know the yellow machine came in the country. And they all came through the railway. The doctor wrote your boasting about all the time. Nelson, I got that second. The doctor wrote your boasting about all the time.
You're going gradually.
Yeah, the man had to go to the Senate to go apologize to the Senate that he was wrong. Everything. Nothing. So all the hiding behind that is the audit. And this is the government. This is their government. They can decide how they want to run it. They can order everybody in jail, whosoever the thing that is screaming. But the only thing we need to tell them, do not go against the law. You can't just grab people and put them in jail and deprive them bond. It don't happen anywhere in the world.
At least they got bond. But thank you very much. Thank you.
Nelson, I want to remind my brother. I don't know if it's okay. Just 5 seconds. There's a very famous video out there, Brother Vasco, where President Weah himself acknowledged right after the election that was because of the division in the CDC that made them to lose the election. There's a famous video out there. People that just solo when you display them out of the party. When folks are hearing Koso had to run away from the party, then you're talking about you're not divided. George, we are acknowledged it. Go find that video.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Which one the video? No, our president on Solo left the party. I can tell you what happened to Solo. We don't want to kick Solo. I don't want a Vasco or one of those. We almost threw Solo from up steps.
I mean, let's move on now.
Wait, guy. I was one of those in the meeting. Solo came with a rule set. He said he want to sit in the seat Youth League have a meeting. You're not part of the Youth League. You party chairman. We have our meeting. You say you want to come sit in the seat. Why our chairman, Jefferson Coaches, don't sit in? Who said this is not your meeting? We're already having a meeting to kick you out of the party because we got clear information what he was doing with Robert Sedi. He wanted our job. We're not to run for the Senate seat. And that's why we keep solo on our party. And George, we are with the only person when it comes to the executive committee that voted for George Solo to stay in the party. He's the only person that voted for Solo because we have brought Solo and post Solo in our party.
Message of Vasco.
So
Vasco,
you
are saying on this platform that you're almost through George Solo from us there. You're almost
when you tell our party get joke, nobody is importing our party.
That sounds like something that we already know happened to somebody.
The so-called peaceful people. The so-called peaceful people.
No, guys. Raymond, we're gonna come to you. So Vasco, what you're saying is that your chairman, because of the youth league, chairman,
those are rebels.
You grab your chairman, you airlifted him, and you almost threw him down from 5th floor.
But you was lucky. Let me tell you something.
You know, all of that died like that.
That's Mama saying in the back.
Say he was drunk.
We cannot keep a criminal within our party. You can be part of a chairman, the chairman of a party, the CDC. Then he goes and negotiating behind to stop our standing brother from running.
Thank you, Vasco.
You don't need it.
Let's hear Raymond. Raymond, go ahead. Wow.
Thank God my brother Jeff validated all the argument I've been making that George Weah and the CDC is not a political party, rather a gang, and they're so violent. And he defined it in plain words. But George, I wanted to ask you, the Safwa May Gray that you spoke about, is it the Safwa May Gray from Noka, who she and Tanji Banto, I don't know whether the name is accurate, Tanji or Banto or something, that were on social media making argument for George Weah?
Man, if you want to bring about triviality, you can.
I'm asking you a question because you just mentioned on me.
You tell me. I don't know. I don't go in people maybe forcing on Facebook. I don't follow those things.
No, you mentioned Dr. Tenney and her had an argument, so I thought maybe that's why she had leverage over Dr. Tenney. No, I'm asking you, my brother. You can learn from one another.
I mean, ask people.
I don't know. You tell us.
No, I was doing a question. But anyway, let me make my point. What Dr. Tenney said at the time, in fact, it wasn't 2003 because he said when 2003 comes.
No, but Raymond, what kind of question is that, Raymond? What? How can you, in the first place, ask that kind of question, Raymond? But
my
anyway,
brother, he mentioned her. I don't know Safwa May Gray. If you put her before me, I don't know her. So, and he's familiar with her. So I was trying to ask because I saw something on social media. I wanted to confirm whether she was the one.
Okay, George already answered your question.
Okay,
George said he said no. Yeah.
So what Dr. Tenney said, and Dr. Tenney is kind of a straight shooter. And was it Dr. Tenney who made similar statement? A lot of the panelists have already spoken to George Solo making similar statement. Moba Molu made similar statement. Even Dr. Tenney, like we saw, even John Molu sent a caveat to CDC and all of that. So many persons, and even I know a lot of people who left government because their ethics could not allow them to do certain things. They left the country. I know people who left Central Bank during the 18 billion saga. They had to flee the country. I know people who work in different government agencies who had some responsibility had to leave. So it was a known fight. And people from the United Party at the time was urging CDC and George Weah to audit the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government. And they told them when we take power, we're going to audit you people. Liberians were calling on the CDC-led government to do audit. And George Weah came numerous times and said he's going to protect the Ellen-led because Liberia is a country of everybody related. And he said he rated the Ellen. Journalists asking questions over and over, are you going to audit? Are you going to audit? He made one outrageous claim that no money was left in the central bank. And Ellen said, the reports are there. And he said there were no report. But then people asked him, can you just do the audit? And he said no. So it was obvious. Everybody knew, and everybody in Liberia knew how the government ran. People knew. And the fact of the matter is, no one from the Unity Party appointed person have done an audit on the CDC-led government. Or George, we have appointed people from the GAC and the LACC. So these are the obvious. These are exactly the obvious. But when he said, when it comes to won't do, that was a political statement. Why? He was trying to urge the CDC. He was still with the CDC. He wanted them to win. But he just wanted to point out the obvious risks. If we do not win, people are going to go to jail. And he know he didn't eat some of the money. The man know he's not a witch. A witch knows himself. Those who cry for witch hunt, you're not hearing crying for witch hunt. He had never mentioned that he's going to be witch hunted. And he sent a caveat long ago. He said, you guys, I know you guys. Moba Molutu raised the same thing. He said, those are eating the money and doing all the mischievous things. He's talking about them. Today, he resigned from CDC. Many persons don't it. So it was just obvious and everybody knew, except that you were one of those prominent persons who spoke and got the attention of the media. And so it got recorded, but a lot of other persons said that, but they went unnoticed. Thank you.
Thank you. We're about to transition now. Okay, we have Toure and Emmy, right? Toure, go ahead.
Moba's in a bag, my man.
You don't like my skin people.
Again, I think Moba is clicking on another link because I don't see Moba in the back here. I don't see Moba here at all.
Yesterday link.
Yeah, maybe yesterday.
That called Moba now bring that show. You'll be pressing all type of buttons out there.
All right. So look,
but George, you my brother. I don't know why you got mad at me for, my man.
Oh, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad. I just don't like to bring the set of things,
No, I just wanted to know whether she was the same person.
You brought it up. You brought it up. You don't like
You're eating to return. You're eating to
I didn't bring it up. Did you listen to me? I didn't bring it up. I mentioned someone's name, and he's trying to connect the person with another person who I don't even know.
All right, my bad. My bad. Nah,
you.
bro. Look, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Sorry, I apologize. But look, let's get to it. It is so disheartening that Vasco can say and say his party was not in disarray, something that his president admitted to. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Your party was chakla, right? And that contributed to your defeat. It did, right? The party chairman, Moba Mole, and the president are not seeing eye to eye. You know that. So don't try to make anything out of something as if to say Liberia is so big that nobody knows what is happening in the country. There was a division in the party, right? You know exactly. So don't actually go anything yet. But let me say to Mr. Colette, when people let's not tell you, he just sort of like exonerated my thought of saying that CDC has so many good people in the party, but greed and lack of sophistication derail what should have been, a very formidable political party, a political institution. Individuals took their interest above that of the interest of their very own manifesto, the proper agenda. All right. So I mean, look, let's not tell you, man. Say, look, my man, it's good to steal, but sometimes you need to do it in unison. So that the day when they jumpsuit, when they people start putting you in jumpsuit, it will be in unison. But now you're not gonna be in unison, it's just gonna be few. Because last time I've already said, he said, my henna isa. You know what I mean? My henna isa. But you people, you would have felt like, okay, the power right on all your stuff. You guys could control anything at any time. The resources were right there that you people will come for. And that's what we are seeing, brother. It was so glaring that Lester Tenney called for unity long time before the election. There's not the only clip, though. There are other clips now seeing that I will send to you. And shout out to my boy, Harry Tappe Jr. from Rhode Island. Now, the man sent me that clip, so shout out to him. I'm going to give him credit for it. That's what he does. He'll give you those thing, a talking point, Nelson. But look, man, CDC did this to themselves. They came with a very elaborate agenda, the proper agenda that cultivated the minds of the poor, but only for them to submerge that into their own personal gain. Lester Tenney said it. Maybe you can call your soothsayer. Because what exactly he said, I'll definitely disagree with the fact that the Unity Party government will actually come if they don't have any sort of direction as to deliver for the Liberian people, then they will just jump on a bound working or trying to persecute people. I'll not go with that.
Toure, do you figure out anything here? Maybe like the doctor was seeing something from within that made him to start to make those kinds of comments.
Well, I tell you what, the doctor definitely he just sort of like how would you say, supported his own claim of being a doctor. I think if you listen to that clip, not only was he talking in a present, but he was talking directly. Matter of fact, he was talking more of a feature, issue than the prevailing circumstances. And what he spoke of is what that is happening right now. But I'm not gonna agree with the basis of the fact that Unity Party will just use that based on the fact that they're not gonna be able to deliver for the Liberian people in the soonest time. Let me tell you, no administration will be able to deliver under the circumstances in which Unity Party took over. They took over on a very convoluted system, the system that needed to be revamped, or system that needed to be jointed after they are being disjointed. So obviously that's going to take a time. And the Pape did not waste time, right? Let's it up for the people by giving them a road directly from Monrovia to the southeast. That will get people excited. That will help them. And then go ahead, we'll try to bring the resources that was stolen, or resources that was sanfun from the people. You know what I mean? And people responsible for that, people be on board. You know what I mean? And I can't wait, my man. That is a new Liberia that I've been looking for. That is a new Liberia that I've been yearning for. And I'm glad that you're taking on an aging political gladiator in President JMB to set the stage for Liberia forever. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want us to transition now. Today, the president had.
Can we not tell you? She was just about to get angry. I could feel it. The heat was hitting me. Yeah, I was feeling the heat, Nelson. So I rescue you.
Okay, Emmy, go ahead. Take your
Nelson just kept me as if I don't even exist.
Take your 1 minute 30 seconds, Emmy.
Everybody spoke for 3 minutes here. But I'm not gonna say much. Let me not talk like Mama and can take 5 minutes.
Don't worry, I'm talking to next. I'm monitoring the show. I'm talking to next.
Yeah.
Mama Yvette. Mama, I'm getting for you.
That's the what I see happening here is that all the guys already said it.
Emmy, sorry, maybe you can
Look, if opposition win in this country, it's going to be dangerous for certain key figures in the CDC. People will go to jail. People will go to jail on perception. People will go to jail on reality. People will be persecuted because the new government is not going to solve the economic or social problem in the country. They will shift their attention of their inability to deliver and start to persecute. Whether people did crimes against the state or not, people will just be embarrassed. And that is why when we call and send out the signal that, look, we need to put our heads together. We cannot win 2023 if we are divided. And let people be having the illusion that, they can still get 1 or 2 people. We lost Lofa County because of our stupidity. Put yourself together. Don't put yourself together. Be thinking that you can have an easy ride. That you're the one who go to jail when these people take power from you. Y'all won't play fun with yourself. You're the one who will be persecuted, not me. I didn't steal against the state. There's no perception of stealing against me. Y'all the one the people who they saying y'all rogue. Y'all be playing fun with yourself. Y'all shouldn't come together and operate like a party. Let's trash all our differences and see how we can strategize. Y'all continue. They get plenty orange uniform. Oh, West.
Let's hear you, Emmy, and then we can make the quick transition.
Yeah, so this guy is no, he's speaking on what he see happening, right? He know what was going on. That's why he's speaking the way he's speaking. He said for reality and perception. That's what he said. So there's a truth in what he's saying, stealing going on. He's seeing it. If there was nothing like that going on, he wouldn't have said anything about it. And George said that he was angry because he didn't get a job he won. But this guy is actually speaking for CDC. He's not speaking against CDC. So I don't know what his being not getting a job, what it have to do with whatever he's saying. He's actually cautioning them to come together and win the election. He's not going against them and say, oh, they did that. No, he said, y'all, let's come together and win the election because it's going to be dangerous. Why? He knows nobody just get up and just go grab somebody and put them in jail. He knows that. He's a doctor, for goodness sake. I guess that's a PhD and whatever. I don't know all that. Whatever he got his doctorate degree in. He know that doesn't happen in any society that you just go grab somebody because of perception and just put them in jail. And as if we don't have a justice system in the country. He know what was happening. He know what was going on, like Moba Madu did. And that's what he was speaking on there. And you're sitting there, you're doing all of these things, and then you're sitting there playing, you can't think you got it. It would be dangerous for you if the opposition wins. That's what he was saying. And it's come on, it's glaring. Everybody can see, unless you want to, like my brother Francis was saying, like people want to pull a spin on it and make it look like they don't hear what they're saying, but everybody can interpret what this man is saying. And because if you know somebody not doing bad, you will not be cautioning them to do something to get them out of trouble. If you're not doing anything that's supposed to get you into trouble. So there's nothing here to the blind person or the deaf person will not know what's going on here. But nothing much there to say. You were protecting CDC. You were trying to protect them, but I guess they didn't give me any ears because they thought you were angry.
I want us to listen to President Boakai today.
Is that no minister should expect that we are going to solve your problem on a day-to-day basis. You as minister, you are ministers. You have to make the people know that you are a minister. Follow the procedure. If they are not behaving as they should, you warn them adequately. We only hear for last resort. If somebody's working with you and they are not cooperating, then we come to us, we'll take the decision. I tell you people, we are here to serve the Liberian people. Anybody who comes with a hidden agenda, you will be there. But when we fire you, we're not going back to the person who recommended you. It's not going to be so. It is about time that we know that we're serving the people of this country. It's about time that this is 177 years that the people are suffering and that we are here to serve them. I'm not afraid of anybody. God will protect us. So, you come to the cabinet, you come with your hidden agenda to do the same things that you think used to happen with adequate information, just like the way we are on the cone behind you. Once we can identify your problem and make sure we know that you will leave. And when you leave, I don't care who asks for you to come back with. So let's make sure of that. Deputy ministers who go with an intent to undermine their chiefs, they will leave. We want to make sure the minister will treat you fairly, because the way I understand about administration, the minister supervises the deputies supervise the assistant, and they go down the line. Everybody is an advisor to the president. And everybody there was, we're not going to be there to be a babysitting and the person doesn't want to be. You have adequate information on them, you found it, you look at it, it was married at the dismissed and will leave. I don't care who comes. The Liberian thing, calling people to come there, we're not in for that. This is what has got this country where it is.
The whole Liberian thing. You mess up, you call somebody, you go bake the paper for me. It will not happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's get your take on this issue, guys. This is President Boakai speaking today at the cabinet engagement, a cabinet meeting. He's discussing with the people he appointed in government. And this is happening just a few hours after the LACC came up with that report about how most of those officials have not declared their assets yet. Let's start with Josh, and then we're going to go around the table. Josh, you listen to President Boakai?
Yes, Nelson, I listened to that beautiful speech by President Boakai. And my problem is Liberia does not lack educated people. Liberia does not lack people who make beautiful speeches. What Liberia lacks is people who take action when action is required. And I know that many people will not like what I'm saying, but what has the president done to prove that he's there for a different trajectory for the nation? What has he done? Who has he punished? Everything that is happening. What has he ever done? His minister in his office took 500,000 from poor people, from their pension money, from NASCO. He took 500,000 from there to buy cars for inauguration. The letter is there that he wrote. Everything. What has President Boakai done to him to prove that he's there for business? Nothing. What has President Boakai done to all the things that people accuse him, even the lady who was heading his transitional team, that they accuse her of taking money here, taking money there? What has he done? He came out and praised her, even though people were crying, the same cries that have been existing. People were crying, say the woman ate the money, she did this, they told her to bring this one, she brought something less, everything. He did nothing. So, what don't move me is beautiful speeches. What moves me is people taking action when action is required. When things are going this way, when you put them back together by using that iron fist that he's trying to portray in a video. I'm sure as soon as they told the camera from him, he fell asleep straight because of the way he was even saying it. His voice could not even come out. You see it? And this is the thing that we need. We need energy at the executive mansion. We need people who can do these things, not just set people down after every 1-2 weeks and talk. It's like grandpa advising children that they don't take any disciplinary action, but grandpa just go there and say, "My children, you don't do the thing, you don't do the thing." The children move and say, "Well, grandpa done it." They go do the thing. So the whole thing is not about beautiful speeches. You can say everything you want, but even guess what? That's not his first time warning them. He's warned them before when he went for a retreat all the way, I think in Banga or somewhere. Guess what? These people did not even declare their assets. Those people that were sitting in front of him, even though he told them to declare it, they did not declare it. They sat in front of him and he's saying another one. What has he done? What is the report that he's getting from them? Say, okay, guys, we know that the time has elapsed now for people to make that declaration, because I was monitoring the GSC. They were putting on their website or on their Facebook page how many days for the end of this SSR to come. They were counting down. President Boakai, who have called his cabinet minister and said, guys, let's come and sit down. The time is coming for this process to be over. How many of you have declared? That's what you do as a leader. You checkmate your people. You call them how many people have done. They ask from your ministry, and how many people are still outstanding. Can they do that now? But after all that talk, in 6 months, he had almost 3 cabinet retreats or cabinet meetings with his people. And guess what? These people are not even declared assets. And that's the one that we know of that has not happened. What about the things that we don't know of that did not even happen? And he's not even saying it. He's calling it as grandpa to advise them. Oh, you do this one, do this. I will not do this. My man, we want action. We don't want just sweet talks. Liberia does not lack sweet talks. Liberia lacks
you.
action. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's all you there. Francis, let's hear you.
Well, I mean, there's nothing to say but to agree with George on this point. Because if you are running a government, you the president of the country, everybody that work at the word of pleasure of the president, you give him a blanket statement. If your after declaration,
Sorry, Francis. Guys, can we all mute? Someone has a phone ringing or something, and it's bringing some terrible feedback. Okay,
if
thank
after
you.
declaration are not turned in by this date, find another line of work. That's it.
But Francis, the president sounded very serious on this one.
Nelson, I don't like. There's not time for no charade. There's not time for no charade. He doesn't have to come on camera to say that. First of all, they say before taking office, right? After you are being nominated or confirmed, before taking office. So that won't pass. Everybody knows LeBron's soon going to be backwards. But it's going to 7 months now. It's going to 7 months. It's ridiculous the amount of people who haven't done it yet. How can we hold people accountable when you're supposed to look at President coming in and say, President got $2 in your bank account? 3 years later, when I calculate all of your paycheck and look at your businesses that you got, I should be able to tell if you legally got $5 million in 3 years when you keep me with $2 in your bank account. But if you don't do any of these things, there's more power. Enjoy we are paying 40 or whatever $250,000 in 8 months. So that just tell you how much money people can steal within a short period of time. So when you declare an asset like the poor, everything on the day you said what the person had before the key in government, that is not right. You don't have to go to a cabinet meeting. Sit there. Tell the people, I gave you the next 2 weeks. These people, a lot of people are broke. They don't have a lot to declare. But tell them the next 2 weeks, or I give you a month. If you don't declare, just go find another job. And let's see how many people will not do it. But when our brother also want to disagree, when you come out and say, oh, there's been stole money from people. When it comes to inauguration, isn't it the current administration that can approve funding for the incoming administration? How Grace go into the Social Security and take money from there, roll letter and take money from there? You guys that's why you guys will not come by in 2029 because you're so incompetent, lazy, and don't know what you're doing. You guys let somebody come and take money from there under your nose while you're still running the government up until January 22nd at 12 noon. How can a man come and take money from the Social Security like that because he wrote a letter? That would make you incompetent. You're not coming by. You don't know how to run the government. I just really have that scatter that call here and ready to leave. Because I know they're not whip you, so I'm not confused. How you tell me I tell money complaining about it? Please, man.
Thank you. Let's hear from you, Raymond.
For the sake of our audience, the asset declaration speaks about the assets you should declare should be your liability, your assets prior to you taking office. It did not say you should declare prior to taking office. So the LDCC sets the timeline because the law doesn't speak to that. The act doesn't speak to when. It only speaks to after they have declared, after 3 years, they should declare again. But it did not give a specific time. What it defines is the assets you're declaring should be prior to you taking office, meaning your current job. Wages from there should not be part of your assets declaration. And this is something we need to improve in our country. No government has done that, and this current government hasn't done it well.
And Raymond, I want us to come back to that point a bit.
Mhm.
You are saying that you are giving another interpretation to the code of conduct when it talks about
No,
declaration.
that's the interpretation. That's not
Yeah.
another
So,
interpretation.
no, I'm coming. Declaration before taking office. So your interpretation of declaration before taking office is that what the person accumulated before being appointed to take that office, the person should declare it, not necessarily the person making the declaration before he or she sits in the office.
Definitely, that what the document says. You can read it text, and that's
Exactly.
exactly what it
No,
is.
but maybe we have to put this document up
Please
because
put it there and read it text.
everyone else, including the people who made the law, have been reading this upside right. Let me
No.
put it that way.
No, it's not. It's never been a contention in Liberia that people should declare their assets before taking office. Nobody have done it. Can you name me any person who declared their assets before taking office? One single person?
Not because it hasn't been done.
No, that's the law. Asset declaration is an act. It's a law. Not because you misunderstand the law, meaning you think that the law is the law.
Raymond, let's put it up.
There are precedents on the law. There are precedents. There are precedents on the law.
So Raymond, just keep making your point as I try to put this up here.
So this government hasn't done well, and the president is doing the right thing. Look, behavior change do not come by policing. It comes by encouraging. When you own a job, you want to give your employees incentive and motivate them to do the right thing. And I heard government officials say the asset declaration form is a little tricky. Some of them need lawyers and some of them need even a help from the LDCC in filling it. That doesn't make, I don't think 3 months still makes it sufficient. So what I'm trying to say here, and the president is doing the right thing. These are Liberians. If we have to fix our country, look, the orator said the reflection of your government is the reflection of society. You take those people out, you bring new set of people. If you cannot influence them to change, the same new set of people you're going to bring will do the same thing. There are Liberians who leave from Liberia. I mean, America, go to Liberia and do the worst things. I work with a few of them. Why they in America to do the right thing, but when they go home to do it's a behavior problem. In order to correct a behavior problem, you need to influence it. Because if you fire all those people and bring people back, they might find the same issues. So what you do, and Joseph Boakai the same. When he took over, people say, oh, it's 6 months now. They said they will audit. What they audit? People from the CDC were making more grad at Joseph Yema Boakai administration. Now they started auditing the crying wolf. I understand his style of leadership is the patient kind, where you give people a room and then you act. So I believe he will act. And I want to use this medium to encourage everyone in government. I wouldn't have done that. You want to be the change. And for me, I believe everyone in government should exemplify the highest standard in society. You've been paid with taxpayer money. You've been given the responsibility to steer the affairs of the state. It should come with some level of being sharp, of being up there that people can look up to. You can't be average when you're in position of trust. So I want to use this occasion to call everyone in government who hasn't done it. Shame on you. You need to do it. You are there to serve the Liberian people, and you got to be better than that.
Thank you, Raymond. I want to pull that specific portion of this document up. We're gonna get there, but while we're doing this, let's take Cindy. I see your hand is up, Francis. Take a few seconds, then we take Cindy.
Nelson, maybe you need to call one of your legal person to clarify that thing because my dad argue here. So
Raymond, this is not even about that asset declaration.
No, I mean, I just want him to clarify that for the
you made certain point that I totally disagree with. About, if you just take people from there, you bring the new people, they will probably do the same thing. No, the reason why you bring in new people is because you clear out the old group for not doing what it's supposed to do. So that new group that's coming in, you are not letting them come in now with any grace period. So you put the hammer down. You say you guys are out of here because you don't want to follow instruction, and then you guys are coming in, they will do exactly what you ask them to do before they even take office, or when they come in, they'll meet the deadline. So that whole time of rooting with a kick hand, that doesn't work.
Thank you. Sandy?
The president's message is being misunderstood and misinterpreted. When I listen to people speak, I try to capture the context of the message. The president was doing two things today from that message. The president was demanding efficiency at work, and the president was promoting a friendly work environment. How was he trying to do that? Somebody should be on mute. I'm hearing myself. How was the president trying to do that? The first step he was taking was encouraging the ministers to hold their employees accountable when they are not coming to work, when they are not doing the right thing, when the person is not doing what they're supposed to do. Make sure you hold them accountable. Nelson, that has been our problem in Liberia. We don't produce to the maximum. We don't give 100% productivity. That delays the progress of our country. People go to work anytime they want to show up, and they leave anytime they want to leave. They take sometimes 2-3 hour lunch break while getting paid by the Liberian people. The president is asking for productivity. Hold them accountable. That's what I heard. The second aspect is, let us have a conducive work environment. The president is saying, minister, treat your people, honor you better. Treat the assistant minister better, the deputy better, the deputy treat the people, honor you better. The president outlined the hierarchies of employment at the very ministry, and he is asking that we should treat each other better. That's promoting a healthy work environment. Once you have that, people are encouraged to come to work, and they are encouraged to do the right thing. Why are we leaving that out? I also agree with my brother, George. I want actions also than just words. But within 6 months of their administration, if I'm hearing a president encouraging those that he appointed to produce, I must be encouraged. I must be encouraged. That's a sign of responsibility. But I agree. I think we must see more actions. But it is a contradiction, my brother, when you are asking for actions, but then criticizing the president on how he presented his speech and basically talking about him physically in a way, well, you're looking at him sleeping. When they take the camera from him, he will fall asleep. I felt that was a bit of contradiction. You're looking for action, but you are worried about how he's saying the thing, the tone that he's using. I want action as well. I have thought by now too, by the president will show action by suspending Mike Diabate. I don't know if we have seen any suspension. We all been crying here. Suspend that brother. You don't fit to, fire him. He's not fit to serve us. There hasn't been any action. I would love to see action from the president. So I think the president's message is in place, given the time frame that we are in. These are things we have never seen really in our government. The people always abuse the people below them. The president is saying enough is enough. We don't want to see that anymore. Treat the people here right. But you're not on time. I'm not going to be here at your ministry every day. So make sure the people that are working for you, treat them better, but hold them accountable so that they can produce at their maximum. I think the message was good. But again, I will agree that we should demand action, and hopefully we'll see more action.
Thank you very much. And again, guys, I want us to unmute when someone has the floor. There is some terrible sound. I don't know. But Ture, you want to go ahead? Josh, take 20 seconds, then we'll bring Ture in.
Thank you. You know, my brother, I really like this brother Zize, but sometimes he contradicts himself so much so that I just can't help but to also bring it back to him. He said, if you take the people from there and bring the new people to do the same thing. So you took CDC from there and you brought UP, you expect UP to do the same, right? And that's the thing about us. If you want to back someone like that, I think there's a way to do it. I think President Boakai, he's our president. We want more action from him than to keep talking like a grandfather to his grandchildren. I think that's what we need at this moment because we want a tough talking president who would talk the talk and walk the walk, not just a talk. Thank you, Nelson, for the 20 seconds.
Yeah, Ture, go ahead.
You know, it is amazing for George to start talking about a president holding staff accountable. You know, out of 6 years on a president who didn't even talk about accountability. Look, at the end of the day, this one of the things that, or at least one of the many things that I feel like the old man have not done well with that asset declaration thing. And it all started with him. I think he delayed that whole process. The president should have declared his assets from the jump, from the start. Let me tell you this. When the president had an interview on VOA, he was very direct and deliberate. You know, there was absolutely no ambiguity on what the president was saying about when it came to assets declaration. So for that process to be as slow as it has been, it's deflating. It really is. You know, look, at the end of the day, I work for you. I employ you. And I'm telling you, these are some of the requirements that you need to fulfill before getting on my payroll. If you don't come through all these things, then I have a problem with you. And I have to be intentional about it too. I have to be aggressively intentional about it. And I don't think the administration is paying. You know, and it is very, very sad that up to today's day, that number is so staggering to a point where I'm like, this is crazy. This is insane. We're talking about, we're just talking about, you know, like, obviously the president don't have any sort of, you know, control over, you know, the judiciary aspect of it. You know what I mean? They do whatever they do at the time of what they want to do, why they do. But the executive, up to today's day, that we have almost thousands of employees have not declared assets. Come on, man, that's bad. And like the saying goes, the people follow based on what you are projecting onto them. If you are total walking the process, they're too going to total walk the process. If you are intentional about it, let's say my manager comes to work and says, Ture, I want this thing done by next week Friday. Guess what? I make sure it's done next week Friday. Because I know if it's not done, there's a consequences for that. You know? So I mean, we are, you know, I know the woman gonna do well. I like what is doing.
This presentation or this speech, this address from the president to his members of the cabinet, does it give hope to Liberians that we're about to see a new dawn? We're about to see a new narrative with regards to how the governance process is run in the country.
No, I mean, look, at the end of the day, Nelson, this is promising. They probably might not be as forceful like I would like when he's saying these kind of things. You know, I'll kind of agree with George to a certain extent that is that you got the grandfather and grandchildren kind of you know, feel of it. But yeah, I mean, you listen to him, definitely dropping wisdom on them. And he also sort of like saying things that are going to actually, you know, cultivate a positive or working environment. We also he actually spoke of something people actually picked. We were talking about the minister, the deputy, and all of that, how they have to respect each other and take command as the manner upon. And he also said this. I think a lot of you did not capture that point. That he don't get information to one. He don't get information from one sources. All right, and that's the kind of leadership you want. I'm not just going to be there because only the minister that the president, you know what I mean, that the president should be getting information from. The people, I mean, the lawmen on the ground, women on the ground should pick up phone or at least have access to the president and be like, look, this is what George is doing here. This is what Vasco is doing here. And I think if you open that kind of level of communication, and I was shocked that the president even put it in front of him, that I'm not going to just get information from you guys, you the top dogs, you know, but I get information from different places. That would definitely build some kind of balance, you know, and some sort of accountability, if you will, for the president, not only relying on one source or where he gets information, but people from down the line too can actually have access to the president and tell exactly if their director or bosses are not doing what they should be doing.
So Vasco, finally, and then Mobile will take us to the phone lines.
Thank you, Nelson. Look, for me, although I didn't really understand what he was trying to say, you know, because I was struggling to barely hear what he was trying to say. But I mean, I don't know what kind of serious president at this kind of a crucial stage in your country. Everything is skyrocketing. Everything is getting so tough in the country. You call it for cabinet meeting that's supposed to be very serious, and then you have a camera, people having camera all over the place. That thing that we're doing today was just showboating.
Vasco, what's wrong with cameras being a cabinet meeting? Is there any law that forbids cameras?
But Nancy, no serious country or serious president. You know what people call
very true, very true.
Your cabinet meeting. Your cabinet meeting. Nancy,
cabinet meeting should be very true. So true, Daddy.
Hello, guys, let's give Vasco his time.
No, but George can be lying. I ain't taking it serious.
Man, but listen now. And that press conference here, that me will have it today. This is a cabinet meeting. Cabinet meeting with some very serious president called cabinet meeting. Which means that meeting, when that meeting is over, there will be something for the public to take home. Something for the public to benefit from. But nothing. You just call meeting saying, oh, minister should treat that I want the people will eat. So you want to tell me, President Buck, I don't know the state of the country right now, what is happening to the ordinary people. And I always say this. The president don't really know what he can really be saying after a few hours. The president, when he talk right now, after maybe 2-3 hours, he forget about everything he just said. That is the problem. And most of you don't see it that way. And that is the reason why, and I get back what I'm saying. When Miata family them organized, they were the spearheading the whole inaugural program. After that, the president said they should investigate them. Why carry on the investigation? He said I'm going to investigate them. Why carry on the investigation? The president just came up, boom, on executive mansion website. He started congratulating the woman. So he can say something right now. After a few hours, he forget about everything he said. This is the kind of president we're having. So today I see you clapping. Oh, the president said the minister there, they must take care of the people that are working on it. Now, what the people will eat, the minister should take care of the people that are working on it. If that's what we want to hear right now, we want to see the policy. We want to see the policy, how you can reduce rice price in the country. We don't want people to no. This country, and some of you guys on the show will be the cause for the president to fail. Because I see somebody saying now, everything that President Baga have done, the only problem I see is the asset declaration.
Thank you.
Can you name what good thing your president do? The only thing he can name is the president prosecuting people. What kind of serious president will be having? You just took $80 million from central bank because we have an issue with your RB bank. We understand what's happening right there. You just breach that the law when it comes to central bank. You have a match about telling to kill people.
You know, Vasco.
You send grace to Noka. You send grace to Noka to take 450,000. The inauguration story 660,000.
So let me come in a bit now.
Do anything about any calling for cabinet meeting?
Wow.
Next thing we need action.
You know,
okay?
Thank
the
you.
president action shouldn't just be about corrupt people.
Thank you, Vasco.
We don't care. They prosecute whosoever you feel corrupt. But our citizens suffering.
Thank you, Vasco.
How many times have I told you that?
I don't want to mute you, Vasco. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for your input. But let me say this. You know, I'm trying to find where to start this thing from. You know, Vasco, let's go to Moba. Moba, please make your point.
I asked for a few minutes when George spoke. I asked for a few minutes.
Okay, so we'll give you a few seconds. Let's give you a few seconds.
George, you said I contradicted myself. There was no contradiction. I said this president is influencing behavior change on the job. Our orators said the government is a reflection of society. Corruption, unethical behavior on the job is a societal problem in Liberia. And what this president did today was addressing that. Unlike the 6 years of George Weah, he didn't address that. That's a change. Leadership has been our problem, and we saw leadership today. Addressing the core issue to the root. That's not a contradiction.
So we're about to go to the phone lines, but let's take mobile quickly, and then right after mobile, we're going to take some calls from the folks out there.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. I listened to the people from the other side, but end of the day, we all want the best for Liberia. Sometimes when we come here to take our time to come here, when people speaking, let it come up with facts. That talk, end of the day, they're leaving the sky. All the figures my brother calling, my brother Vasco calling to them, that's so loud. The other person take 20 million, the other person take 25 million, la. You got no evidence to it. You can bring one document, put it all, let's see it. So that put our arrest. And secondly, look, the public said it all. Like, the president, look, for every good leader, you always interact with your workers. You call, like, for example, George, even where you're working, you can have what we call a staff meeting. Vasco, you can have a staff meeting. Staff meeting is there for for the leader to tell you. Of course, you know what you're doing, but sometimes you have those meetings so that you can know your function and also make sure you remind the person of their job, of their role in society. So if you come here, you say, oh, because the man go in, he do that one, he do that one, I will just laugh at you because even when you're working, you do staff meeting. You have staff meeting. So the same way they do staff meeting, they had the president do a cabinet meeting. And the cabinet meeting, he said a lot of things. He ain't going to do cabinet meeting to be drinking anything else. Oh, no. You see nobody down there with liquor bottle. You see nobody down there merrymaking. You saw people there. You saw respectful people over there today. You saw people when people talking, the cabinets were sitting and listening. And I hear my brother talking about the Access Declaration. We all know. That's why the president said in his cabinet meeting, he would take action on certain things. He made sure that anybody who not doing their work properly or who not doing their work respectfully coming to work, focusing on your job, my brother, you will leave. You can be who? Anybody can beg for you. I can remember Sekou Cherry was for CDC doing drug regime. They may want to more than 7 minutes straight. No work over there 12 p.m. No workers. All of them were merrymaking. And he reported it. And everybody who watched that video and people who are in the building, along with the security that was there. Guess what the security did? The security wanted to put a man outside. I said, no. The other security man said, no, you can't put a man outside. They went back and forth and they left Sekou Sherry. If I'm lying, go on Sekou Sherry page there. The man said, 12 o'clock. Nobody. Man, that's no way. All right, my man. The man, fast go talk for more than 3, 4, 5 minutes. I want to talk for 1 minute, 30 seconds. You want to call me or no problem, my man. There's that so dedicated show to Vasco and Josh. When we can't, let that keep mute. Nobody, hey, my man. I sat down here, I was talking for him, my phone went off. I was to the back. No.
Vasco entertain.
No, listen.
Listen, y'all with Vasco talk.
Listen. No. Now I was co-moderator, CEO, and that already on the show. When that already will give her own opinion, CEO can give her chance. I was trying to say.
Moba.
No, my man. Let me be about co-moderator get blood too.
Oh.
Yeah, but you get to me first, madam, my man. I started about Vela saying, "Is that me look at because of that?" Okay, I even let my talk right when I came. That's what my man conclude on 30 seconds. Man, now let me talk. The man. Who get a picture of the man?
Moba is strong, my man.
Strong.
One day, picture.
I met George Gonga and Charles.
I see one day picture challenge here.
I mean, I don't put up picture.
Thank God Charles planted here because I hear
so Charles got a mind. Did I picture and send it to you?
Look, at the end of the day, we got guys.
No problem, man. No problem. But you know, I really want to lament on the issue because the minute come with lie, can lie whole day. Your whole thing, your lie until to the extent that you're talking again, pocket to your serious. Go on Facebook. Go see the pocket. Be playing for one of you.
055-055-1010.
You laugh too much.
Live your name away.
I'm not on lament. Before you want lament.
You are live. Let's hear you. Hello. Okay, this person. Hello.
Good morning, Nelson.
Yeah, go ahead quickly. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Nelson, this is Danewali P and I call from Farm.
Go ahead, Danewali.
Yeah, Nelson, you see, a good to fight corruption. We want for corruption to be fought by this woman. But you see, you must fight corruption for your house to get outside so that you can be clear outside for the world to look at you that you are clear. There are so many things that are happening. Before even the president came to power, or while he in power also, so many things are happening. People money, people are just corrupting right on his eye. And he has something like that. But he's going to start taking corrupt people from outside from one party, from one party, policy there, and whereby the own party that's corruption right there. You're looking at it. Why is he doing that?
Thank you very much, Danny Wadipi. Let's take another person. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead quickly. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is I'm from Sophie.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to appreciate all your panel guys. But I had issue with few of them. They are saying that Labour guys are doing well. The cabinet meeting has a few hours ago. With it was not serious about the meeting. And I want to tell them that the meeting, the cabinet meeting has there is a flashback in check this we have our cabinet meeting in 6 months time. Joseph Baka is doing well more than any other person.
Thank you.
Hello?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, hello. How you doing?
Yes, sir. Let's hear your name and where you calling.
I'm Isaac from Cape Town.
Great Cape Town County. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, Nelson, government is about department. They agree that the Excellency President Boakai have the after declarations by their own department. And they are working in their own department. So how long if Waka waiting for the asset declarations to get done before he start with the Liberian people work? How long will we waiting for that? Our citizens crying. We need water, we need current, and we need electricity. Everybody, let's go to our prospective department and work. But we're here sitting every day and all day long, we're waiting for the asset declaration. People go spoon, they complain. We still running after people who stole from government, want to retreat government property before the government can start working. That's not fine.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. We'll take the last two calls and then we wrap up. Time is not much on our side. 0555101075. Let's take this one from the WhatsApp. Let's take this WhatsApp call. Hello. 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 Oh, okay. So we have to go here. Take this person. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead quickly.
I'm fine. I'm Raul Kismo calling from SKD Boulevard.
Raul, let's hear you, sir.
I thank God for this sponsor. The sponsor is ignorant to honest things. But I got a recommendation to give to the police. Now only CDC is the only opposition in that, because when you call CDC on this program, you talk like Carrasco. Look at what he said. I want you to please be inviting some other political parties like Kumi then.
Yeah,
other to talk some sensible things.
People here too from the other opposition party. Cindy here, he from ANC. I don't know whether he's UP Ghana or ANC. To raise the guy a broom, but a broom not functioning.
I'm a Liberian.
Hello, let's hear you. Hello? This caller is not speaking out from the WhatsApp line. Okay, so we will have to go. Let me squeeze in the final caller. Hello? Please walk away from a radio. Hello? No, it's terrible. We can't have you on like that. You have to walk from a radio and then you can call in to the show. This person, hello? 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 Okay, so the rule is just simple. Make sure your radio is not on, then you can call. And then, but we'll have to end the calls there. I'm sorry, we can't take. Okay, so let's see if we're squeezing this final WhatsApp call. Hello? Okay, so I think we can come back to do our closing. There seem to be some back and forth here. So let's start with you, Vasco Toure. Let's go in the order, and then we can conclude. Vasco Toure, Raymond, Sandy.
How many minutes we have been given?
Let's do our closing for 1 minute. Let's do our closing for 1 minute each because we are time pressed now.
Okay, it was a great show. Thank to the guys. But guys, man, we have to graduate from this. The way you guys discuss politics, man. Election is over. CDC is in the past. I told you yesterday, CDC, according to you, CDC didn't do the right thing for the Liberian people. And you are coming to fix it. But when we see you, every little discussion we have, we see you going back. Oh, CDC do it there. CDC didn't do it. CDC do it way. CDC do it the other way. So what can I change? It's just getting too much. Every day we come on the show, instead of discussing. Look, let me tell you, you listen to the callers down, right? Most of the people are calling the show here, they support the rescue mission. The thing that you're doing and leaving the basic things that the Liberian people want. Liberian people business is very simple.
Tell us
And you're
something.
playing with it. You're passing all over the place, running behind people to jail them.
Thank
You
you.
better see what you call thank you.
At 1 minute, 1 minute finish. I look at my man. At 1 minute, me say about 1 minute. 1 minute. We gotta move on here. Ba. Tu veux quoi? La
So,
Vasco, la
please,
Messi can give you more time. I got to give you more than 1 minute. 1 minute, okay
No,
for
but
you.
Vasco can take
Yeah,
his
but
time
listen,
talking.
I'll be
They make
right
him
here
be so
next
relaxed
week for
talking
the
as
show.
if
I'm
they say he
monitoring
have
my time.
abundance of minutes.
Anybody go
Yeah.
1 minute. I will
so,
tell
so,
me maybe next will
so
cut me
guys,
off.
let's do this. I'm setting
I
the
watch
timer.
it.
We
I
have
got
Yeah.
my
to.
phone right from me.
But like
We
tell you, I look at them, man. Yeah.
have,
No,
My
I
time.
got problem.
Now you
I'll
now
stop.
you not catch me because me I can exhaust all my thoughts in that exact in that 1 minute.
Tu
But
veux
look,
quoi? The man finish.
ladies and gentlemen,
Okay,
thank you so very much. Thank you so very much to our, you know what I mean, to our viewers, obviously, and
You
the
got to
panelists. But let me say this, guys. Liberia is in the Olympic. Let's celebrate them. Because it's not an easy thing. I mean, it's a lot of countries don't even get the chance to go there. So Liberia is in there. Let's celebrate that. And something happened today. Our women basketball team, I don't know whether it was youth or whatever, but they were flogged by Nigeria 90-9. I don't know how that happened, but I know there's something youth sport in Liberia. We need to invest in it. I'm very passionate about youth sport. And that's something that I really, really enjoy doing. And whatever I can do in the future to improve upon that, that will be my area of expertise. So congratulations to the girls. 90-9.
Thank you.
It's not the end of your life, guys.
Thank you. Raymond, yeah, 1 minute.
My Liberian people, especially the caller who said this government should leave going after those who stole the Liberian people money, asset declaration, and do the Liberian people work. To do the Liberian people work, it requires money. Liberia is where it is today because of corruption. So if you have to do the Liberian people work and get money to do it, you got to go after those who stole money to prevent people in this government from stealing. The money that flying private plane that built for the 7 condominiums that broke down the 9th Street residents, that Liberian people money. If we don't put a stop to that, and everybody who came in government in 6 years and own mansions around there, you will not get water, you will not get electricity. So this government don't have no magic to play. Our revenue is what is going to work for you. So in order to do that, they got to put a stop to stealing in government, including their own people. That's when, and no, Rome was never built overnight. No government can bring, no country in the world that got transformed in 6 months. So to believe that your country will be transformed in 6 months,
Thank you, Raymond.
that expectation is wrong. So you got to get a real expectation.
Raymond, no, but Vasco got one moderator on the show. Please.
Yeah, keeping the time. I know I'm not moderating.
I know you're a victim of this whole time situation, but don't vent your anger in a way where.
They can move me.
Yeah,
I know.
I know you.
My voice.
That's why you guys. That's why you guys try to pull your former chairman over from the field.
The man party, that violent party.
But the man taking all the time that other people supposed to be talking.
Anyway,
I don't try to put people over, but y'all get kill people.
I'm about to set the timer now.
You know what? How to kill your former party chairman?
Sandy, please go ahead. Guys, let's give Sandy his time. Go ahead, Sandy.
I hope my time just got started. I want to thank the president for the message today that talks about accountability and increasing productivity in Liberia. I want to encourage the president that to increase efficiency and productivity in our country, we must try to automate some of the services that we provide to our people. For instance, the registration of birth certificate, passport, and other key things that can easily be done through the online system. We must streamline the processes, put in place the automation system so that we can do those things and make the process easy and efficient. We must also start to find ways to eliminate waste. And one of the ways to do that is to really look into the different ministries, find folks that are not really performing or that are not taking their job serious, Get them out, put people that will do the work. We don't need to fill those places with people who are inefficient. We want to fill those places with people who are efficient.
Thank you.
The president also consult with people that are data-driven. Some of us are here. That's what we do for a living. We can provide services where we can capture data that will show where we have waste and where we can improve.
Thank you, Senator.
The 1 million is not sufficient. It should only be given to people that don't have substance.
No, that's true. From today, I will be doing
into that politics. Josh, please go ahead.
Man, you looking for a job?
Thank you. I think President Bouaka is listening. Our brother Toure want to be the coach for the national basketball team. I think he's competent. I've seen him play basketball. I think he's good. He can do it. So let us offer our brother something to contribute as coach to the country. I think it's a good thing. So thank you, Toure. This is not. I'm not trying to crack joke. I've seen you play basketball. I like your skills. I think you can impart that. So that's a good thing. I just sort of comment here, and that's where I want to base my my closing. The national soccer team, Lone Star, the coach has left the country, and he says he's not coming back until he gets paid his 2 months arrear. The other 2 months in 2023, 2 months in this year. This government has not been able to pay this guy. And we see that President Bouaka is been seen calling the Lompe team on I think Zoom to talk to them. I think it's a good thing, but put your mouth where your hand fits. I don't know whether that's the right quotation or something. Let us be able to, when we are promoting the
you remember put your money where your mouth is.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. I like that. So put your money.
Thank you.
Time is up, Josh.
Man, come on, I didn't even start.
all that thing you're talking about. For Tabata, you're talking everything out of that when you started.
What about you? I'll deal with you. I'll give you your PlayStation name. I won't whip you.
All right, let me start. Look, it was a good show anyway, and my people who listening to radio, don't listen to what George just said. The coach, that comment he listening to, he see nothing on the news, nothing. He just see comment, somebody can't comment and say, "Hey, why you be on the radio?" So I shouldn't listen to it. I want to tell the president thank you for what he he keep doing and let him focus. We listen to some callers or some seditions. They say you shouldn't prosecute people who stole a lot of money from the Liberian people. And I urge the president to carry on investigation. Anybody who stole, not which one, anybody who stole, let them pay the money, not for the Liberian people, and not for individual. That's the reason why Liberia can go nowhere. Look at Carrasco picture from 2011, eating calamari with bread. Today go see the marshal in Levy. Look at Javosi Koji. Yeah, let me about you see me. Look at that picture, right? I'm working government after that. I'm working government. So you see the difference here. And I'm working government. Anything I get, I work for it. So the matter of fact is, Javosi Koji, all the men came to enrich themselves. That's the reason why they fought you to come out, and they will never come out of power.
Thank you. Well, we want to say thanks to everyone. Thank you, Vasco Smooth. Thank you, Toure, for Cabinet Toure. Thank you, Raymond Zeze. Thank you, Jalau Sende. Thank you, Josh Weder. Thank you, Moba Soke. I will say thanks to our ardent followers. Thanks to all of you who have been making your contribution in the comment section. I'm Nelson Colette. We look forward to being here tomorrow with another edition of the program. Until then, this is how we like to draw down the curtains on the late night show tonight. Have a good night, everyone.
No after show tonight. No gossip. Let's go.
Let's remember to keep the
Africa.